Hi, I'm Ronnie, guitar player from KIX, and we're at Sunset Sound where we're recording our 5th album, Hotwire.
I'm Steve Whiteman, the vocalist and extraordinary harmonica player.
I'm Brian Damage, and I'm the other guitar player, and I'm sitting on this box.
We've been doing this for like 12 years now, and we're getting good at it. So this is it's going to be a quick record. It's going to be one that I think the kids are going to want to put on before they go to school, you know, and kind of like wake them up, get the motor moving, get the blood flowing. It's going to be one of them kind of records. We're proud of it. It's going to be a good one. I've been talking to some people out here, and they tell me that about all of our records. You know, I get your record out in the morning, and I put it on before I go to work, or I put it on before I go somewhere, and it always seems to get you going. And we like that. We like that kind of energy in our music. So I don't think it's much of a departure. It's just a high-energy rock and roll record. Well, our 4th record is one that broke, and up until that point, there was never any pressure, and we would just go out and do club tours. And after the last record broke, we were out on the road for like 18 months solid. And we actually got off the road last March. We were out with Whitesnake. By the time we got done, we were annihilated. We needed a break. So we just come home and took about a month off, and then spent the entire summer and fall writing and recording our demos and getting ready for this record. And we wrote about 21 new songs, and we had about another 20 in the can. So we come out with about 40 songs to choose from. And 10 was tough, you know. Only choosing 10 was really hard. We got about 3 more albums in the can. Rock and Roll Overdose. Yeah. That's as you can tell, it's a very up-tempo, hard rock and roll song. It's like when you're a kid, you know, and you get your first couple records and you just play them and you play them and you play them and you got to get more and you're addicted and you just got to keep playing rock and roll because you're hooked on it. Rock and Roll Overdose. And it's harmless. You can't die. Tom's an easy guy to work with. He doesn't come in and say, I can get somebody to come in and do that better, or I can get some background singers that can sing better than you guys. He lets the band be the band. We feel that sometimes your own flaws make the character of the band, and Tom allows that. He doesn't try to make you better than you are. He doesn't try to polish you up, and that's why the last album sounded like KIX, you know, rather than layers and layers of shit. And we like that. We definitely like that. And that's why we wanted to use them again. Definitely. Most of our songs are guitar songs, guitar-oriented. Because these guys are good, so show them off.
Sometimes we can't decide who's going to do the solo, so we just split them in half and switch off.
Yeah.
That way we both get,
Very easy. These guys work together great. Most bands go, that's my solo. You did the last one. These guys are like, you want to do it? I don't care. You do it.
Well, we kind of know sometimes which song would require his guitar playing, or which one might need some parts for me to do. So after
13 years together, you kind of know each other.
This is Brian's guitar, which he's been a nice guy and let me use for a couple of solos on the record because it just kicked butt. This is a 1958 Les Paul Special. I remember seeing when I was 15 years old, I played in a band with this guy that used to come to my house and we'd work on songs. I remember the day he opened his van up and showed me this guitar. So it's been through the state of Maryland to a couple different guys, and Brian picked it up from our old sound man, and he's been playing it ever since. And it's well broken in, and it sounds great.
And it's puke colored.
Yeah. But this is happening.
Is that the one you puked on in Europe? We were over in London. We were mainly over there to do press, but we had 3 shows that we signed on to do. And the first show, where was it at? Do you remember where it was at?
Birmingham.
Birmingham, London, England.
England.
It was a little tiny club where we sat up on the floor. And we ate dinner. We were doing an interview with Kerrang or something. And this guy took us out to dinner. And it wasn't a very expensive dinner.
Pizza.
And Brian didn't agree with Brian very well. Go ahead, Brian, finish it.
Well, I puked.
While we were playing. We were like playing around, looking over. Where's Brian?
I was turning green the whole set. So it was...
You got uglier and uglier.
No. Luckily, there was a pole right in the middle of the stage, so that's where I spent all my time leaning on this pole. So right before Don't Close Your Eyes, there was like a guitar switch. So I handed my guitar roadie the guitar and ran behind the amps. And I was like desperately trying to find a blank spot to puke in. And all I could find was like cables and wires and snake boxes.
He needed a bucket.
So I ended up puking under the drum stage. and it was at least 5 gallons came out. and right at the last minute, while it was too late, I noticed one of the roadies' little anvil cases laying under there. But it was too late, I couldn't stop it. And there's these fans that they blow out air onto the stage, and Donnie has one facing like right up at him. And his puke went under there, and all the smell started coming up through the fans after, oh man.
So the whole place was pretty much gagged by
the whole club.
You guys are great!
It was terrible. I had it in my hair.
Yeah, it was great.